Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Sunday Anime Chat with me, Pop. Well, new month, new theme. The theme of this month is time travel. We're going to check out some shows that deal with that subject. Hopefully some you've never heard of before, and maybe you'll be interested to watch. But before to get to that, I'm going to welcome David Glenn. Welcome, David. Good to see you. And Alex Moore. How you doing, Alex? Okay, as I so often do, let's get to the news of the week. Let's see what's happened out there. Let's go to the Anime News Network and see what they have to say. This is going back to Monday. You and Idol Precure Anime unveils 2 new cast members. Super Technos World, River City, and Arcade Classics game collection launches on April 24th for PS5, Switch, PC, via Steam. The collection includes 12 titles. Wow. Well, as long as they have it for a good price. If it's too expensive, then, you have to wait for a bit. Bleach, Rebirth of Souls games character trailer previews Hisagi. I think they're going to keep releasing characters until their the release date here in March. Bad Girl Anime reveals main cast, visual, July premiere. Zenshu Anime casts Mamoru Miyano. That's one I have not been watching this season, Zenshu. I've got enough to watch already. I've got 18 shows on the go. I haven't dropped any yet. Neptunia Riders versus Doggo's game gets PC release in 2025. Hey, what's up, Godzillionaire? How you doing? It's Groundhog Day. Again. Yes. You know something's up if I wake up tomorrow and do this all over again. Momoiro Clover Z performed theme for Gundam Arsenal Base arcade card games 4 Squad season. Okay then. The Colors Within anime earns $378,000 in opening weekend in the U.S. Okay, I don't remember hearing about that one. Happy Science Organization's new Dragonheart film to appear at Anime Japan 2025 ahead of May release. Dragonheart? Film by controversial religious organization stars Yusuke Kobayashi at Chinatsu Hirose. The official website for the Anime Japan Convention is listing an exhibition for Dragonheart. I wonder if it's going to be like the Dragonheart film with Sean Connery. Those of us that are older will remember that one. But that's for Monday. Now moving along to Tuesday. Cleavatess anime reveals July premiere. Rise of the Ronin games trailer reveals Steam release on March the 10th. Nintendo Switch Online adds Fatal Fury 2, Sute Hakun, Super Ninja Boy games. And I have Nintendo Switch Online, and that's great. They're adding Japanese games, but they don't translate them. So how am I supposed to know what to do if you don't even take time to translate them? We're putting games on there. That's a lame excuse. Take the time. Some of us can't read Japanese, and we don't want to fumble around trying to figure out what to do. So this is for Nintendo and your online stuff. If you're bringing Japanese games over, translate them first. Shinkalion Change the World anime ends with episode 39. Okay. Learn Japanese, you scrub. Nintendo probably. Yeah. Yeah, you dumb gaijin. You learn Japanese. All the characters. Harvest Moon, The Lost Valley, Harvest Moon Skytree Village games get Switch bundle release. Street Fighter 6 game highlights Mai Shiranui in new guide video. Yeah, wow. They brought Mai over from Fatal Fury and King of Fighters to be in Street Fighter. Good for them. She needs her original costume, though. And that's all for Tuesday. Going along to Wednesday. Apocalypse Bringer. Mainog Hara Anime unveils main cast, visuals, and a 2025 premiere. My Hero Academia Vigilantes anime confirms returning cast from original series. It's always good when they can bring back the original cast. Tohai Urarate Mahjong Tohai Roku anime streams on Pony Canyon's YouTube channel. It's always nice when you can get some official anime released on YouTube. You know, it says Pony Canyons, but there's also TMS out there. They have their own YouTube channel that they put shows on. We'll just skip by the anime and manga releases. Gundam GQ's beginning film stays at #1 for second weekend. Should be no surprise. There are a lot of Gundam fans out there, and Japan loves their Gundam. Hanadol, reinterpretation of Flowering. Anime's video reveals opening song, April 9th TV premiere. That's Wednesday all done. Moving along to Thursday. Pixel Cross, Rune Factory Games trailer reveals February 20th release. Suyocute, new Saga anime reveals July premiere. More cast, new staff in first promo video. Nintendo eStore in Japan to stop accepting credit cards issued overseas. PayPal accounts opened overseas in March. Oh, what's this all about? Is it because a lot of people are from this side of the world are getting games from Japan? They don't like it? I mean, money is money, isn't it? Nintendo announced on Thursday that its Nintendo eShop and My Nintendo Store in Japan will no longer accept payments made with credit cards issued overseas and PayPal accounts that were opened overseas starting on March 25th to prevent fraudulent use. Nintendo asked customers who previously used credit cards or PayPal accounts issued and created overseas to use other payment methods, such as credit cards issued in Japan. Nintendo is slated to release its Switch 2 system later this year. There's got to be other ways around this. What about those prepaid Nintendo cards? Can't we just buy them from like PlayAsia or something like that and do that instead? Would that be better? I still don't get it. They say to prevent fraudulent use, but I don't know about that. I think it might be something else. What do you guys think? I mean, money is money. They shouldn't have a problem with that, but Nintendo's gonna Nintendo, so. Frontierworks, new game brand, Kawaii releases Tayutama Kiss on My Deity visual novel remaster this spring. The Catcher in the Ballpark anime casts Kentaro Tone, Ko Bankobara. We're getting a baseball anime. You finally have some time in your day to catch up on shows and news? Yeah, me too, Alex. I'm going to be, after the stream's over, I'm going to try to catch up on some of the shows I'm behind. Oh, here we go. I am a Macross fan, as you all know, and here we go. Red Art Games announced on Wednesday that it will release Bushiroad's Macross Shooting Insight game digitally for Nintendo Switch, PlayStation 5, and PlayStation 4 in North America and Europe on February 7th, a delay from the originally scheduled December 6th release. A physical release is still planned for the future. The company has announced on November 20th the delay to 2025 in order to ensure the game's quality. That's always good. The game will get a deluxe edition with an art book, an acrylic stand, and a special edition with a steel case, soundtrack, double-sided poster, and 5 coins. The game launched for PS5, PS4, and Switch in Japan in March 2024 following a delay to improve its product quality. The version for PC via Steam was delayed to that March. The game was first slated for release by the end of 2023, and in August 2023 the game was delayed to January. The game was previously announced to launch globally simultaneously. Bushiroad Games described the game as a new type of scrolling shoot-'em-up. Bushiroad Games is Bushiroad's new game label, which also integrates the Bushimo mobile games division. Bushiroad acquired a 50% controlling stake in Frontwing Lab, the parent company of Frontwing. Okay, yeah, I am going to pick up the physical copy of this because I would actually like the deluxe edition. You know, art book, stand, special edition, steel case, soundtrack, double-sided poster. Yeah, I want to get the deluxe edition when I can. I'll have to wait and see where I can get it from. The Detective Conan, The $1 Million Pentagram, Haikyuu, The Dumpster Battle, topped Japan's box office in 2024. G-Kids to release Mamoru Hosoda's Summer Wars, Wolf Children films on 4K UHD. Well, good for G-Kids. Nice to see them releasing some stuff there. New The Rose of Versailles anime film reveals 8 additional cast. Gensho Yasuda produces second theatrical anime film, opens in 2027. Is it wrong to try to pick up girls in a dungeon? 5 anime posts video for delayed episodes 12 to 15. And that's all Thursday. Now for Friday. Look Back, Frieren win TAAF's top awards. That's the Tokyo Anime Award Festival. We should have known that Frieren would win. That was very well done. Don't think I've heard of Look Back, though. I'm going to have a check and see here. Winners of individual awards are as follows. Original Work Screenplay category, Hiroyuki Yoshino for Mobile Suit Gundam Seed. Gigigi no Kitaro, Code Geass, Lelouch the Rebellion. Director category, Kiyotaka Oshiyama, Look Back, Flip Flappers. Animation category, Toko Yataba, The Birth of Kitaro, The Mystery of Gigigi. Evangelion 3.0 plus 1.0. Thrice Upon a Time, The Dragon Dentist. Background coloring visual category, Mai Ichioka, Digimon Ghost Game, The Birth of Kitaro, The Mystery of Gigigi, The File of Young Kindachi returns. Sound and performance category, Evan Call, Violet Evergarden, My Happy Marriage, Frieren Beyond Journey's End. The Best of Kitaro, The Mystery of Gigigi won the festival's Anime Fan Award with 21,000 votes. The judges chose from titles that debuted in whole or in part between October 2023 and September 2024. TAF had announced the winners of the 2025 Lifetime Achievement Awards on November 28th. You've got producers, animators, color designers, editors, music directors, voice actors. But yes, Frere and Beyond Journey's End won the television category, and Look Back won the animated film category. Once Upon a Witch's Death anime reveals main promo video, April 1st TV debut, and more cast. Kocha Agasawa's The Ramparts of Ice manga gets TV anime. Ramparts of Ice. I wonder what that's all about. Zombieland Saga anime film reveals title. 2025 debut in video. This is when I saw on Twitter. Reincarnated as the Seventh Prince second season anime reveals 2 new cast and July premiere. Let's go! Yes. I enjoyed watching Seventh Prince. It was well done. And it was a fun watch. And now season 2's coming. So here we go. Get that one marked on the old calendar. Kinnikuman Perfect Origin Arc Season 2 anime cast Nobunaga Shimazaki. Crunchyroll streams You and Idol Precure anime. I thought Crunchyroll was in trouble. Anybody else hear about that? They're just like hemorrhaging money like crazy. I don't know if it's to be believed or not, but I thought there was something going on with them. RPG Maker with Software's trailer reveals PS5, PS4 demo. You and Idol Precure Anime's Baton Pass video posted with English subtitles. Well, that's nice of them to do that. That's on Friday. Saturday now. Blue Miburo anime reveals 5 more cast members and a new visual. Here's what you've all waited for, Japan's video game rankings. Number 1, Donkey Kong Country Returns HD. Followed by Super Mario Party Jamboree. Oh, Dynasty Warrior Origins for the PS5 is number 3. After that, Ender Magnolia, Bloom in the Mist, Animal Crossing New Horizons, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, Tales of Grace's F Remastered. Then for the PS5, Ender Magnolia, Bloom in the Mist. Number 9, Dragon Quest III HD 2D. Then Minecraft, Guilty Gear, Pokemon Scarlet Violet, Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, Seifuku Kanojo 2. Tales of Graces for the PS5 is after that. Then Nintendo Switch Sports, Ring Fit Adventure, Sakai no Asobi Taisen 51, Puyo Puyo Tetris 2, and then at number 20, It Takes Two. Unbelievable. But, you know, Donkey Kong Country Returns HD, number 1. Yeah, all right. And then we have the animation and TV rankings. The Apothecary Diaries second season earns a 3.5% rating. Wonderful Precure Finale earns 2.6%. The second Tokyo Revengers 2 live-action film aired on Fuji TV on Saturday and got a 4.4%. Well, that's not bad. Still at number 1, Saze-san, followed by Detective Conan, Chibi Maruko-chan, Blue Miburo, Apothecary Diaries, Doraemon, Crayon Shin-chan, Dragon Ball Daima, Wonderful Precure, One Piece is hanging in there, and Oshiri Tentai. Oh, that reminds me. I still have to catch up in One Piece. I think I'm behind by one chapter. So I'll have to read that today. Next up, the Red Ranger becomes an adventurer in another world, casts MAO as Kizuna Silver. Okay. That is one I have not watched. I've got a lot on my plate already. Compile Heart, Nilo's sci-fi shooter game Scar Lead Salvation gets English release. Oh, just a minute. That's okay. I don't need help. I'm good. I'll do this all on my own. Pandania's Neko Mukashi Banashi manga gets web anime. Okay, so it's going to just be on the internet. That's all on Saturday. All right. Sunday, today, Groundhog Day. Mobile Suit Gundam GQ TV anime reveals new cast and characters, contains spoilers. Spoilers already? Jeez. Oshinoko franchise announces first puzzle game. So for all you Oshinoko fans, there's a puzzle game out there for you. And finally, Oshinoko Season 3 premieres in 2026. So we got to wait a year for that. And then, is there anything I missed in their top news? Fuse wants to end that time I got reincarnated as a slime novels this year. So all of you reincarnated as a slime fans, looks like they're going to end the novels this year. And Love Live franchise teases Bluebird project. I don't know what that is, but it's something for Love Live. And that is it. You are all caught up in the news. So next up, the main attraction this time around is the time travel. And just let me get set up for that. Do that. And that. And I can open this up. There we go. Okay, the first show of time travel that I was able to get my hands on is called Super Jetter, and it is from 1965. So 60 years old. And I watched this the other day, and you know what? The animation actually wasn't that bad. So let's have a look here. So they've got the opening here, and you can see they've really subtitled it very well. Boy from the Future, Super Jetter. I believe his car is called Ryusei. And he even tells you when it aired. January 7th, 1965. The title is The Boy from the Future. So in this show, you have someone that comes back from the 30th century back to 20th century Earth. And here we have a news reporter. She's driving down an old country road where she gets a flat tire. And so she has to try to find some help. And she sees an abandoned town. And she takes pictures because, she's like, oh, her name is Kaoru. And she smells a story. But she runs into some thugs. She's like, I'm going to expose you. But when it's just one girl against a bunch of thugs, she's gonna lose. And she gets thrown into the town jail as they decide what to do. They've decided to plant dynamite all over the town. But then they hear something outside, and it looks like some kind of ship has crashed. So the boss, this guy, grabs the survivor, which is Jetter, and throws him in the cell with the girl as well. Of course, he tells her where he's from, and she doesn't believe him, because, it's a very fantastical tale. So he has to figure out what he can do. He has to get out of there, get his stuff, his uniform and weapons. And now they've just been told that they're going to blow up the whole town with them in it. Because, cold-blooded mugs. Or thugs, I guess I should say. Cold-blooded thugs. So Jetter fakes needing some water. And of course, the thug gets him some water. When he does, he punches him, knocks him out, takes the keys, unlocks the door, and tries to make their escape. But they run into more thugs. And of course, the girl gets captured. He's like, unless you want me to plug her full of lead, you're going to surrender. And they do. They get tied up and put back in the cell. So, time for a little bit of, backstory. She asks who he is, and he describes that he's from the future. He's from Earth in the future, the 30th century. Everything's clean. There's no energy waste. And he tells him that his chief sends him out to capture time machine thief. He's the galactic criminal Jagger. He's like, you gotta go catch him. And so he does. Jetter goes after him, and there he is. The evil villain Jagger. But he had a hard time. He's got a time machine. They both have time machines. Jagger tries to get away. They collided, and that is why he ended up there. So, earlier on, one of the thugs was playing with his watch, Jetter's watch, and it bounced into the mouse hole, and now a mouse is wearing it. And it's his super, what does he call it? His time super watch. So, it manages to drop it, and then Jetter falls over, pulls one of the switches on there, and he's able to call his time machine, his ship. It's got a homing signal. It's going to come and bust through the walls. he releases Kaoru as well, and then they try to make their escape. He finds his stuff. There we go. There we go. Now he's got his uniform, he's got his weapons, he's good to go. They got to escape. And the crooks can see them from far away. And they detonate some of the dynamite. But they're able to escape up into the sky thanks to his anti-gravity belt. And they're shooting at him, but he's got his uniform is bulletproof. This is how he calls his car, or his spaceship, I should say, time ship. And they make their getaway. But then the crooks run into Jagger. And they strike a deal, of course. And now they're going to go after... Jagger's going after Jetter. And the town just gets wasted. And a little ways away, there's a volcano that just splashes lava and erupts and splashes lava all over one of the towns. These guys are getting awful chummy, talking about working together. Of course, Jagger wants to rule the world in all eras. So Jagger managed to shoot down Jetter and Kaoru, and they splash into the ocean. Hey, what's up, DJ Ronnie G? Good to see you, DJ. We're just going over our first time travel show called Super Jetter, and it's from 1965. So Jagger obviously wants to see whether he's still alive. He dives down into the ocean after Jetter. They finally wake up because they both got knocked out. So Jetter's got a plan. He's gonna hide and ambush him when he comes by. So he pulls the string on his watch and it stops time for 30 seconds so he can go ripping by. And he gets away. And they go over how he can freeze any object in time. So Jagger's still after Jetter. They're in the sky now. He's trying to get away. Jagger's like, all right, well, I'm out of power now. I can't shoot anymore, so you guys have to get out. And eventually, first of all, he wanted to just dump him in the ocean, but they're like, you can't do that. You gotta let us land safely. So he gets over a piece of land and dumps them out. They land in trees. So they're trying to, now Jetter's trying to catch him. And I believe they got rid of Jagger. Yeah, I think he crashed into the volcano. Jagger's destroyed. They come upon the crooks. He freezes them. And they take him to Tokyo. They take the crooks to Tokyo and talk to the police chief, who thanks Jetter and asks him for his help to keep law and order. He wants to know where the photos are that Kaoru took, but she forgot. And they all have a good laugh at the end. Tune in next week for the next exciting adventure of Super Jetter. That's the first one. Hey, what's up, B17? How you doing? You may or may not have broke your friend's cello while you were practicing in the orchestra closet. But you're here anyway. Well, I appreciate you being here. I would think cellos are pretty expensive. Not something you want to break a lot of. Okay. Next up on the list. Let me check here. No, I've got another one. Ah, yes. That one. Here we go. That. This one. This one is called Psychic Wars, and it is from 1991. And here, Osaka. If Angry Canadian sees this, does this look like Osaka to you? So they go back and tell us about recount the story of a beast. For 5,000 years, the beast remained undisturbed in hell. We have a doctor who has a patient that says she is possessed by an evil beast. And you must get rid of it through some operation. So it's like, okay. And yeah, the doctor cuts her open and removes something. Hey, it's Gooch! How you doing, man? Hope things are going all right for you over in the peg. You got, I don't know if you're getting as cold as we are, but man, oh man, she is frigid. So the doctor removes whatever it was that was inside this woman. I'm glad you're good, Gooch. Always good. If you guys ever get a chance to watch Gooch's show, he's got some killer guests on. Oh, damn, that means we're getting that? Oh, it's going to head your way then. I guess we'll find out. Yeah, make sure you guys check out the Gooch. He's got some good shows. So it's very quiet now after. Something's not right. Something's happened to the doctor. He goes out into the forest in the middle of the night and he finds a statue that looks like the woman he performed the operation on. He gives a little prayer. The moon gets covered in darkness. And all of a sudden, all hell breaks loose. The little cabin collapses. He's all right. Hey, Fabric, how you doing, man? On a scale of 1 to lolly pennies, how late am I? This is the second. You've arrived for the second show. This is Psychic Wars. The first one was called Super Jetter from 1965, and this one is Psychic Wars from 1991. Oh, thank you, Gooch. Yep, hit the like, guys. If you haven't already, please, hit that like button. Subscribe if you haven't already, and all that kind of good stuff. I always say is spread the word, tell your friends, let them know old Pop's here. So he climbs out of the rubble of the cabin. That statue he's holding broke, and he finds out that the woman died the exact same moment that the statue cracked. So there was some sort of relationship there. So there she is. She is lying in state now. And he's got his faithful nurse who will always help him out no matter what. He's checking over the things that the old lady had on her. And apparently he gets a phone call to the pathology room, and all of a sudden he has got glowing gold around him as he is running down the hallways at high speed. And the thing they took out of the lady is flying around the room and like attacking people. And so he jumps into action. He gives it a good punch and destroys it. They have to help out his colleague there. This is right from the 80s. This is 1991, so, the beginning of the 90s. So in that book that they're reading, it says he has to protect the world. So, okay. Now he feels that he has to bury the old woman's bones in the forest. Those nurse hats? Yep. So they know about the beast now, the demon from hell from 5,000 years. So he's got a map, got to find his way around. Pretty solid animation for the 90s, you have to admit. Yeah, I would say so. There's absolutely nothing wrong with Psychic Wars. So he finds the little shrine there. He's also hearing voices as well, so. And then, of course, the supernatural things start happening. He gets attacked by this thing and tries his darndest to defeat it. He's having a hard time. But eventually, he gets the upper hand. And finally, it dies. Meanwhile, at Kyoto University, they go to find a professor in archaeology, and he tells them about the Jomon era, which is 5,000 years ago. And, the average person thinks, oh yeah, they wouldn't be too advanced or anything like that. But he's like, well, no, they had a pretty advanced civilization So he leaves the nurse behind because he has to go on this trek. But she was like, "Oh, I thought I would catch you, and I'm ready to do all the hardships that goes with staying out in the wilderness." Yes, this guy explains that the Jomon people were a wonderful civilization like the Incans. And he sends them to Odaigahara. So there's something strange. He's going to check it out. Takes his gun with him. He stumbles upon the ruins. One might say their civilization was cultivated. Yes, Fabric. There you go. So yes, he has found the ruins, but he hears her scream, and he runs back to find that she's been taken away, and he's running after her. Things are starting to fall apart, but he runs into this vortex, and it pulls him right along. He's kind of fighting it, but then these spirits show up and tell them to calm down and just leave yourself in this current. So he's like, all right, and he wakes up. He doesn't know where he is. Things aren't good. He sees humans with animals wearing animal skins, and they are scattered all over. They've been slaughtered, it looks like. And there's a wolf carrying somebody's head, and he finds out that it's these guys. They look like some sort of orcs or something. So he decides to dispatch them. He's got his gun. He starts blowing them away. Uses his strength. He grabs a sword from one of them and starts taking them down. Those are time nuns. Yeah. You gotta watch out for the time nuns. And as the battle settles down, things change back to color, which I thought was pretty neat. They went from a black and white to fading into color. So I thought that was pretty neat. And now he has to learn about this land and the people he saved. These guys here. He's going into a shrine, I believe. Yes, the Time Nuns. I think they explain to him what's going on. They know his name. They've seen the future. They know if the Jomon people, which are the people that he rescued, the answer is if humans become extinct, then all history will change. And the society he comes from will never have existed. How'd you miss this one? The story has John Carter vibes. I mean, yeah. I don't know. It's probably just something that's never come across. The legends are true. This old guy says God comes from a future world 5,000 years from now. And he explains that, hey, those evil demons, they eat women for their food, so you better go. And she's all tied up and bound, and he has to rescue her. And he figures he's got her, but something's not right. It wasn't her after all, it was a trap. It's a trap. And he has to battle this thing. And things are getting bad. You know things are bad when the hero has to punch the thing in the junk. And it's just holding its... It's like, oh, I got punched in the junk. You're fairly sure there's a small gnome in your apartment that drinks your coffee when you're not looking? Gotta make some more. There you go. Get the old, fix up a good old cup of joe there, David. Eventually, he uses his powers to finally just take this thing out. And he reaches in and he rips the thing's heart out. He's a doctor. He knows these things. So he just plunges his hand into its chest, pulls its heart out, and that's it. The thing is dead, finally. But then it births some of these things. These red leeches or whatever. And they come and attack him. But he's able to smash them off his body. And once again, the Time Nuns tell him the ruler of the demon tribe is the King of Darkness. Time Nuns steal socks and coffee. Yes, it looks like it. Look at them. Can't trust them. So he's going after... And there's the city. There's what it looks like 5,000 years when it was brand new. The Jomon Empire. And they come out to meet him, and he just goes into berserker mode and just starts taking guys down. Once he gets rid of the guys at the front there, he sneaks in and listens to their leader, who wants to attack and wipe out the human race. And he knows he wants to conquer the future. And there they are. But he's like, "Oh, hold on now. I've got something to say about that." He is going to fight the leader, but he first set up some charges to the Jomama Empire. That's right. It's the Jomon. Jomama. So they're all entering this teleportation device, and he, as well as the leader, enter into it, but not before the whole thing gets destroyed, the whole city, and they come back. They come back they come back to the future. There you go. And he takes on the demons, but the main guy is there. He needs to get beat because he is super tough. Dr. Zar throws the sword at him, which hits him in the chest, but he just pushes it back out. So the doctor's like, "All right, I'm getting in a semi-truck here full of fuel, and I'm going to just run him over." And he does. And it's funny, it's supposed to say Shell on there. So he runs over the demon lord with the gas truck, and boom, just finally. And yeah, right away you don't think that he's defeated. He might come out, but no, he burns to death. And the doctor, there he is. I suppose I can play a little bit of it without getting dinged. But yes. And Truck-kun is undefeated. Yes, there he is. He's finally burning up to death and dying and done. And then the nurse, Fuyuko, there's her name. And he is so tired that he passes out. And there you go. That is just the first half of it. This is an hour long OVA, but you'll have to watch it yourself to see what comes after. And that is Psychic Wars. Jokes aside, where can you watch this? I mean, any of your friendly neighborhood, those kind of places. You know, Anime Pahe. That's where I got it from, I think. Or was it GoGo Anime? One of those places. But yes, Psychic Wars. That's what you want to look for, Fabric. It's pretty darn good. I enjoyed it. I am going to finish it up too. All right. And finally, the last one of the day. The main feature. The last of the main feature, I should say. This one is from 2023, and it was one I personally watched all the way through because I do enjoy my time travel. Yeah, everything's better with time travel. And this one is called 16-Bit Sensation: Another Layer. So you could have watched this one from a couple seasons ago. And we have main character, I believe her name is Konoha. She stumbles upon these fellows here and asks them what year it is. And he's like, it's 1992. And she starts freaking out because it's not supposed to be 1992. She's from the year 2023. And she ended up in Akiba in 1992. So she takes out her phone and starts recording a message. She makes a plea to the viewer. And it's funny, she says, if I end up dying here, take the PC in my apartment and completely demolish it without looking at the contents of the hard drive. Yeah. When I die, clear my browser history, right? That's the whole thing. I thought that was pretty good. And her battery dies. So we get a little bit of background about her. She's an illustrator at Bluebell, a Bishoujo game company. Yeah, Alex, yeah. Her hair and pronouns are wrong for 2023. No, she works at a Bishoujo game company, and she's an illustrator. But she's not very happy about it. The next game they're going to work on is called MILF Hypnosis Salon. And it's like, wow. She is just not having any of it. She's like, how are we supposed to compete when we got light novels, gacha games, and VTubers clobbering it left and right? And they're just going in for the bargain market. She's not happy. She just gets stuck doing like coloring the back views of men. And just like this. Like that's all she's doing. And it's 7 o'clock at night. Time for everybody to go home. And as she's on her way, she picks up one of the games she pre-ordered. MILF Hypnosis Salon, shut up and take my money. Well, we found fabrics genre of choice, hey? Oh, she's on the train. She's looking at stuff on her phone. She gets home to her apartment. And as you can see right off the bat, she likes cute things. She's got lots of she got lots of manga, it looks like, lots of characters, lots of posters, lots of figures, and she's got her game collection. She really wants a game with her art on her shelf. So she has a bath, and then she starts to work on more art. Yes, she's working on her artwork, which is pretty darn good. She does some good artwork. And I believe that's her character that she wants to star in her own Bishoujo game. The next day, continuing where she left off yesterday, or everyone is supposed to, and she makes a suggestion to the boss. She describes her story that she wants to do rather than the story they're doing. She spends like 45 minutes describing it. She's like, this is just the beginning. He's like, we don't have the money to do an epic long game that you're talking about. So just get back to work. And she's dejected. Her cup noodle is still cold even after being in the microwave, so she is going to go get some lunch. So she prays. She does what every good Japanese girl does. She goes to the shrine, she pays her money, and she prays. She wishes for a full-price game with her as the main artist. And then she stumbles upon a game shop. She hasn't seen that one before. Plot twist, her story is actually Berserk and she time travels to create it. Yeah, there you go. So, after finding this game shop, she goes inside and hey, they have Bishoujo games, but they're 100 yen each, which is like $1. This is like the bargain bin. And she questions the lady, why are they so cheap? These are like resellers will come and snap these up. She's like, these are such epic games. You shouldn't sell them for so cheap. So the old lady says, oh, can you tell me about this game? And she's like, well, can I? And she spends her whole lunch hour explaining, and then she's like, just please raise the price on them. And she explains that she loves games with cute girls in them because it cheers her up. And that's why she loves Bishoujo games, because the girls can really come alive. But she finally breaks down when she gets asked about it, and she's like, no one will listen to me about my ideas. Everyone at the company is all beat down, and they don't have any goals anymore, any dreams to make the best game ever. After she gets off work, she thinks about buying something to thank the old lady who listened to her. She's going to buy some taiyaki. Or the taiyaki specialty truck, homemade oguraan. But when she gets there, there's no video game place. It's just an empty shop. But the door is unlocked and she goes in. Not a woman on the planet who would tell a store to raise prices on something they liked. Well, I'm surprised she didn't buy them all, but she gets there, nobody's there except for a bag, and it's for her. It's from the old lady. It's for Konoha-chan. And she's like, oh, okay. So she grabs the bag, goes to her favorite donut shop. And she's looking over what she got. And they are the games that she was looking at. She dreams of what it was like back then. She's thinking the deep thoughts too. Spending her entire life without accomplishing anything, she wonders. But then she opens the game up. It's the DOS version. Because you got 3.5-inch floppy there. But then all of a sudden, everything goes white. She's still in the donut shop. It looks a little different now. After opening up that game, she goes out and things don't look like they used to. Like what she is used to. Everything is different. And then we head over to a game company. We're almost at the end of 1992. And they are working on a game. So we get to meet a few people. This guy is an expert programmer for the PC-98. He's obsessed with them, actually. He really loves the PC-98. He's given her crap for not knowing how to program properly, making it have errors. He's going out. He's like, that's it. I'm going to get some coffee. Remember when we had to load a game using 3.5s? It would be 20 or 30. Yeah, of course I remember. You betcha. You'd always you'd always have to sit there. Okay, load in disc 1. Okay, disc 2, disc 3. Okay, keep going. And then you had to set up your drivers for your sound card. Okay, Sound Blaster. Okay, yeah. You remember 5 1/4? So do I, Godzillionaire. You betcha, buddy. 5 1/4. You'd put them in. You could get double-sided, so you could put the 5 1/4 in, and then you could take it out, turn it around, and put it in the other way, so it would read the other side. When floppies were actually floppy. Yes. Yeah, they were, they didn't have the hard plastic case on them. Windows 98 Memphis were the first Windows that didn't crash every 30 minutes. Yeah, 95 wasn't that great. It was a step up, but then 98, they did better. I have a retro machine right now that I was playing around with. I bought RAM for it, an SSD, and a new video card and such like that, and it's got Windows 98 on it. So I'm glad I was able to find that and mess around with it, because I still have my old big box PC games that you can't play nowadays. You bought some silicon coasters shaped like 3.5-inch floppies, really mess with you. I seen those. Yeah, those are awesome. So this guy, he's had enough. He's gonna quit after the game's done. Oh, but then he gets run into by Konoha-chan. This is her workplace. In the future, this is her workplace, but in the past, it is the place where they are making Bishoujo games in 1992. And then she finally comes to the realization she traveled back in time. And there we go. 16-bit sensation, another layer. This was such a good show. I really enjoyed it. Just having her travel back to those years. So if you want a good time travel story from quite recently, I would highly suggest 16-bit sensation. As she travels around, and she is going to have a great time meeting up with people in the golden age of Bishoujo games. 3 words: Master of Orion. I remember hearing that game, I think. But yeah, I'm looking at my shelf right now that has all my old games on there. I've got NHL 95, NHL 96, NHL 99, StarCraft, Wrath of the Gods, Star Trek Starfleet Academy, Star Trek Final Unity, Rebel Assault, Oblivion. I got Battlefield, the original one, Lord of the Rings, Battle for Middle Earth number 1 and number 2, Unreal Tournament 2004, Age of Mythology, EverQuest 2. That was actually my first MMO, was EverQuest 2. What else do we got? Myst, Battlefield 2. Let's see. Unreal Tournament 2004. Yeah. Lots of good stuff. Lots of ones you guys probably haven't heard about. Lots of ones you guys probably have heard about. Okay. Next up, what I'm watching this season. Let's get in here and have a look. I am exactly 1 episode behind every show I'm watching. So no 4x games, 4 times games? I'm not sure what you mean by 4x games, Faber. Amiku, MD Doctor Detective. Yes, very good show. She's director of pathology. She does very well finding out, sort of looking underneath to find the actual medical problem, rather than just doing a cursory look at it and going, oh yeah, it's this. No. She digs deeper. She finds out. She helps solve crimes. She's very good at her job, and this is an enjoyable show to watch. If you're like into the medical dramas, yeah, Do yourself a favor. Watch Amaku, MD Doctor Detective. Yes, Godzilla. It's Dr. House, the anime. If House was a cute anime girl, this is what it would be. And she's not addicted to Vicodin, so that's good too. But yes, if you liked the medical dramas, definitely tune in. Beheneko, the elf girl's cat, is secretly an S-rank monster. I have never seen an elf so down bad for her pet before. But this is one of the more ecchi shows of the season. It's funny as hell. It's got good fan service. Did you hear that, Fabric? It's got good fan service. So if you want, tune into Beheneko. The fact that it's a reincarnation of a knight into a behemoth monster, but his form makes him look like a cat. Oh, like Civilization, Birth of the Federation, Master of Orion, Armada. Yeah. Yeah. I remember those games for sure. All those ones. I am trying to find a copy of Star Trek Armada, because I want to play that. I also want to get a better video card for my system. Right now I've got a Radeon 7000 from 2001. I want to get myself something a little better, maybe a GeForce from Nvidia, maybe a GeForce I don't know, 8200 or something, or 6200, something that's got more punch to it than that Radeon. The Radeon's not so great. Dr. Housewife Medicine Woman, there you go. How's Phantom Trigger? It's man, it's got a lot of action. It kind of like drops you right in the middle of it. It doesn't have like it's like a beginning, middle, end. It's got like kind of just drops you right into it. It's like, okay, here's the assassin girls, and one of their own gets captured, and they have to go in and save her before the military drops a bomb on the place. So it's pretty crazy. Lots of action, that's for sure. If you like the action there, Godzillionaire, you probably would like Phantom Trigger. You're into that Meiji era anime this season? Oh. Is it the one, Meiji 1871 Fabric? Or is it... Or no, it's for this season, the Meiji one, the Meiji era one. I'd have to check and see. You're looking through your old CDs, you may have ST Armada lying around somewhere. Oh, Godzillionaire! Buddy! Seriously. Talk to me on Discord, Godzillionaire, and if you could hook me up, buddy, that'd be great. Let you know if I find it. Alright, great. You have to go back and watch the earlier Rorani one first. Okay. Nice. Yeah, I guess I'll put the call out here now. If you guys know anybody that have like old video cards, like from the 2000s, 2003, 2002, and they're PCI, I'm looking. I keep checking eBay, I keep checking, other places, but it's like they don't have exactly what I want. Zip file incoming, yeah. Yeah, even if it's an ISO, I can image it to one of the discs I have. Next up, Bogus Skill Fruit Master. I'm liking this one. This one's good. Like the fact that, if you eat two fruits, it'll kill you. But because he is a fruit master, he can eat more than one fruit and get the skills from it. So it's pretty crazy. There seems to be some corruption at the top too. So it looks like the person that supervises them is actually working against them. There's definitely something going on, a conspiracy, if you will, that is they're coming after our main character. So this is getting interesting. I can't wait to see what happens. Dragon Ball Daima. Yeah, it's Dragon Ball. You know what to expect. Dragon Ball's been around for so long. It's like, okay, yep, Goku, Vegeta, yep. They're fighting, they're hunting for Dragon Balls. You know, in this iteration, they're children. And that's why they want to find the Dragon Balls so they can become adults again. And they're going to have to take on more Majins. Like everyone remembers Majin Buu. Well, now they got Majin Do. So things are getting a little crazy over there for Dragon Ball. Fruit Master sounds like too yaoi for you. Trust me, it's not. It's not yaoi. There is nothing like that. Oh, given the worthless appraiser class. Yeah, man, just crazy what this guy went through. From his party he was in, they paralyzed him so that he would get eaten by the bloodthirsty wolves, and they could escape. So you want to talk about scumbag people to deal with, you know. It's amazing they did that to him. And yeah, but that's what actually got him to discover the World Tree and being able to train and become really strong. So their treachery had a benefit for him. Alex, you're so behind on shows due to reading mangas and playing games. Yeah, I hear you. I am behind as well, but you're just a manga reading machine. Like, I always have a look on here on AnyList, and I see, man, it's like, he read this next chapter. Alex read this next chapter. He's read this, and it's like, whew, just going. It's good, though. And if anyone is thinking about AnyList, you can start your own AnyList and start tracking the stuff that you're watching. You can connect with people like myself or Brandon the Anime Guy or anybody else out there that's watching stuff, and you can see what they've watched and, you know, recommendations and all that other kind of good stuff. Praiser class sounds interesting. Reminds you of a Donghua I listened to while driving. It's really good. Oh, yeah. Well, I thought it was going to be just like typical, but it's good. I don't think he's out for vengeance like some of the other ones are that I've watched. But I'm interested. They want to try to find more world trees in that area, in all around. So they're going to take a trip because he's got 2 companions with him, and they're going to go find the other world trees. You need manga in spoken form to listen to in the truck. Yeah, isn't that great? There's nothing better than having a good book to listen to while you're in the car or truck. For me, when I would do my long drives to work, I don't have them anymore, but when I used to, I would listen to radio shows from the 1930s and 1940s. So as I'm driving along, I could listen to a whole episode of you know, like Jack Benny or the Bob Hope Show or, you know, the GI Journal, all this stuff. I'd listen to Walter Winchell, Mel Blanc Show. There's all sorts of radio shows to listen to, you know, Red Skelton. So that was my choice. When I was on those long trips, I would listen to that. And yeah, very entertaining and a bit of history to listen to. You know, American radio from the 1930s and 1940s was a great time. You know, you can hear all the people that we grew up with. obviously when we were younger. Hey, Ars, how's it going? What's up, man? Hope things are going well for you. You went through the old Batman serials like that. Ah, good, Fabric. Yeah, I actually do have some Batman. I think I only have about three episodes of Batman, but it's pretty good. There's also Superman. Yeah, there's all sorts of stuff. Here, I've got a list here. I have a list. I think it's here somewhere. There we go. Okay, here it is. Here's my list. So, I know this might not be for everyone, but Alan Young, if you guys don't remember Alan Young, he did the voice of Scrooge McDuck, but he had his own show back in the 1940s. Archie Andrews, Avalon Time, that was where Red Skelton got his start. And Avalon was the cigarette company. Axis, Sally, Batman, Battle Stations, Bing Crosby, Blue Beetle, Bob Hope, Buck Rogers, Canadian Snapshots, that's a good one. CBC Century, Christmas shows, Command Performance. That's where soldiers could write in and they would honor their requests, no matter what it was. They want to hear birds singing or, the sound of a steak sizzling. Day of Infamy, Dennis Day. Dennis Day was the singer for Jack Benny, and he had his own show. Dick Tracy, the GI Christmas Package, GI Journal. GI Journal wasn't broadcast to people, civilians. It was only strictly for soldiers, so it's pretty damn funny though. Giselle of Canada, The Great Gildersleeve. There's one that went for a lot of seasons. I think I have only over 500 episodes, but it was that's a great show. Heroes of Canada, Jack Benny, Jimmy Durante. Oh, Jimmy Durante, good entertainer, that guy. Joe Palooka, he was the boxer. Judy Canova, Jumbo Fire Chief Show, Life with Luigi, Men at Sea, Men Who Made America, The Mickey Mouse Theater, I've got miscellaneous on there. Nazi Eyes on Canada. Now this was a series they did like what ifs. What if they took over? What if they invaded Canada and took over? And they would play scenarios from different parts of Canada about people that and people would be like, this is what happens if they took over here. And it was to scare people into helping fight against them, and with good reason. Red Skelton, Signal Carnival, The Jack Carson Show, Pacific Story, and The Sad Sack. Sad Sack was pretty funny. Obviously, once again, meant for guys in the army. But yeah, that's my list of a lot of the radio shows, and they are a very good slice of history. I really enjoy them. Battle Stations was the old Navy serial. Yes, it was. Yeah, you bet, Faber. Battle Stations. Battle Station. Anyways, back to the anime. But if you guys want to, I've got a section in my Discord that deals with old time radio. If anybody's interested, you ever want to chat about old time radio? Yeah, it's fun stuff. I really like it. One of my interests, anyway. Phantom Trigger, went over that a little bit already. The cute girls doing assassination things. That should be a genre. So they know how to handle their weapons, and yeah. This could be one that's I will drop just because, I don't know, it's not really grabbing me. I Have a Crush at Work. That's a cute rom-com. I'm really enjoying that. They have to try to keep it a secret. And it's funny having them try to keep it a secret. They have to pretend to hate each other even though they really care about each other. So that's enjoyable. You'd love to hear the Nazis Invade Newfoundland episode. No way the Nazis win that one. That's right there, bye. Hey, they're coming here. Quick, throw the codfish at them. Make them drink some screech. Yeah, I'm not sure if they go to Newfoundland. I would have to look. I'm pretty sure they go to. I think they go to Alberta. Let me check here. Okay, no, it doesn't have where it's listed. Oh well. Fritz versus Danny Danufi. Yep. I left my A rank party to help my former students. I'm liking this one. This is one that me and Mrs. Mechanic we're making this our the show we watch together. One of them anyway. She really likes it. I like it, so we're both watching that one together. It's nice to see once again the guy leaves his party because they're a bunch of jerks, and he's like, well, you know what? I met up with some of my former students, and they formed a group, so I'm gonna help them out. So he's like A rank, they're like D rank, so he's helping them out. And yeah, I mean, it's funny when his former party is like, hey, why don't you drop your new group and come with us? He's just like, get your hand off me. I'm not coming back. You know, up yours. Pretty much what he says. So good for him. He's not going to abandon his new party. Those Albertans will teach old Fritz how to keep his stick on the ice. Oh, yeah. Cross checks for everyone, right? Hey, welcome to Canada. Right in the back. Actually, that's the greeting you get when you guys come across the border. I don't know if you know any or not, but they'll ask you to step out of your car, and then they'll get you to turn around, and they'll give you a cross check in the back of the head, and then they'll put you in your car and back on your way. Welcome to Canada. Have a cross check. Have a nice day. You just started that one. It's pretty good. All right, Fabric. Good man. Good man. Guild receptionist, but you'll solo any boss to clock out on time. That one, that's the next one me and Mrs. Mechanic are watching. We both really enjoy it. It is getting real good. And I can relate, you know. I'll solo any piece of machinery to not have to work overtime. I'm the same way. What's that? You work overtime? Oh, no thanks. I don't want to. But yeah, it's getting better and better. Some people have found out that she is the person who's been taking down the monsters, and they're like, okay, well, we need your help because there's some monster out there that's really strong that nobody can take down, and if you take it down, we'll make sure you don't have to work overtime. So that's the hook. They've got her on the hook now. You know, the guy's like, okay, well, if you help us, I'll make sure to hire more receptionists so you don't have to work overtime. And okay, she's like, well, all right, I'm in. I'm getting married to a girl I hate in my class. Another cute rom-com of the season. You know, they both despise each other, but they have their own motives in order that they have to be married and stay together. So they're being coerced by their grandparents, each separate grandparents, to get married. And yeah, they're living together, and it's starting off rocky, and it's got its moments, but I'm hoping that they will come to, you know, not hate each other. I mean, let's hope so. Otherwise, if it's just a show with lots of arguing in it, it's going to really turn me off real quick. I'm like, okay, you know what? I don't need to watch a show with arguing. You know, what are you, Seinfeld? I don't need that. Next up, Medaka Kuroiwa is impervious to my charms. This is hilarious. This girl trying to get this guy to notice her. She doesn't know that he's trying to become a monk and he can't have, not holy thoughts, or impure thoughts. But she's like, he's not even noticing me. He always gives me the stink eye. And he likes her, but he's got to have self-control, and it's just driving her up the wall, and she's trying everything she can to get noticed, which is good for a laugh. Married to a Girl You Hate is every third manga. It's damn near its own genre at this point. Its own genre? Okay. That one I didn't know, Fabric. That's hilarious. Momentary Lily. Yeah, very dystopian, this one. Strange beings attacking. These girls have their special weapons they use to fight them. What caught me off guard was the Screamo opening, though. Like, as soon as you start watching the opening title sequence, it's like, whoa, where's this death metal coming from? Hey, what's up, Hero Brian? How you doing? I haven't seen you since, who was it? Was it Infinite Metals channel, or was it Kixie's channel? I can't remember. I was on both yesterday. But good to see you. Thanks for stopping in, man. I'm just going over some of the shows of the season that I'm watching. And yeah, Momentary Lily. Yeah, I was on Infinite's channel? Okay. Or was it Skelly's channel? Because, Skelly was on yesterday, playing his Spyro game. What's next? Oh, yes. Tasokari Hotel. Another one that Mrs. Mechanic and I are watching together. Because when you die, before you go to the afterlife, or if you come back alive, you go to the Tasokari Hotel, where you have to figure out what your name is, how you died, and it's just a big mystery to figure out. And then Skelly broke the keyboard. I told him it was his claws, He can't, he's not very delicate with his dragon claws. But Tasokari Hotel is pretty good. The main character, she took a job there until she can remember who she is. And apparently there's a murdering psychopath there as well. Now, the thing is, you can't murder anybody when you're in the hotel, otherwise you go directly to hell. So he's not, but he's doing mind games. You may have said this before, but Lily is Chinese slang for lesbian, so Momentary Lily. I gotcha. I haven't seen any of that going on, but, they do have Big Sister with her big anime physics, her jiggle physics, and yeah, that's good for a little bit of fan service. But if you want to know what happens to yourself in the afterlife, or happens when you die, you go to Tasokari Hotel, and you can watch that. What happened on stream last night? You went to bed? Well, by the time I went to bed, Skelly still hasn't made that jump in the forest. He was kept going and over and over and over and over again. I finally asked him, I said, do you know what the definition of insanity is? And I don't know if he knows or not, but it's doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. So, yeah, he didn't make it past that forest level by the time I went to bed. Jiggle. Yes, Alex. She got that jiggle. Next up, 100 girlfriends who really, 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 really love you. This show is, oh man, it's so hilarious. Really funny. I think majority of them got turned into babies that main character Rentaro had to look after. Oh man, I laughed so hard. Such a good show. That's find girlfriend, become, bring her into the harem, and rinse and repeat. That's pretty much what it is for 100 girlfriends, because it's in the title, 100 girlfriends. So He's got to get 100 of them. Of course, he's so stupid. Oh, I really enjoy watching Infinite and Skelly. It's great. I like teasing him, putting a little bit of mockery in there, see if he can take it. So many good animes this season, so your backlog gets more back. Yeah, I hear that. Like I say, I'm behind exactly by one episode on every show. So today I have to at least knock half of them off the list. Yeah, you too. Yep. Yeah, and I always tell everybody here, hey, check out Infinite Metal. He's great on Kick and Twitch. Very entertaining. They should call it 100 diapers after. No, ew, gross. No, I mean they got changed back into their ages at the end of the episode, right? So you love teasing Skelly just a little bit. Yeah, me too. I like poking him. Poke, huh? Come on, Skelly. Huh? Where's your video game prowess, huh? I thought you were really good. Daily life of a middle-aged online shopper in another world. Hey, we got an isekai here. And he's, he can buy stuff online and sell it in that world. He's got to be careful, though. He just wants a nice, quiet life out in the forest. But it looks like all the women are coming after him. He's just got that draw. I don't know what it is. It's not like he's super handsome or anything, but maybe they just like the way he can... he has, everything they could ever want, just as long as he buys it online. Hero, you stream as well. Oh, I think I've subscribed to you, Hero. Maybe you do retro games as well. Time you're reincarnated as a wet nurse. Oh yeah. Isn't that campfire cooking? I never did see campfire cooking Fabric, but online shopper's good. I'm keeping up with it. He even got himself an excavator, if you can believe it. He bought himself an excavator, and he's got himself pretty set up. If you guys are caught up in it, you'll know he's got a nice setup going with solar panels and a nice cabin in the woods. And actually, you can see in that picture, he's got a little bit of the excavator bucket there. No, but you used to do retro games. Oh, okay. You're more in the modern stuff now? Reincarnated as a god when? Oh, wait, isn't that sort of every reincarnated main character now? Well, there's a lot of modern stuff, Hero Brian. There's a lot of modern stuff to play, that's for sure. Unnamed Memory Season 2. I liked Season 1 so much. Yes, I'm going to watch Season 2. I really like the dynamic between Oscar and Tinasha. She has to try to help him remember. Because if you watch Season 1, you know that they went back in time to change her past. And now they're in the next season. He doesn't remember her, but hopefully she can try to jog his memory to remember her. So I'm liking this. She's a super powerful witch. Like, she is OP. And it's nice seeing her cut loose and take down some of the bad guys that are trying to get rid of Oscar. Got to watch Campfire Cooking. They're doing a second season in the summer. Okay. I do like my cooking shows. Also, I have done in the past a stream or a whole month of food and cooking shows. I'm sure you could find it on YouTube here very easily. Because yes, I every month, for those that don't know, I pick a theme every month and I go with it. And, every month will be something different. This month is time travel animes. So picking through all the time travel animes, showing you guys some you've never even seen or heard of before, and taking your suggestions as well. If you have a suggestion for a time travel anime. So every month will have a different theme. That's just something I've decided to do. I mean, I can always change it to something else, but I've decided that for now, every month will have a different theme for anime. And we'll go with it like that. Hopefully it'll help introduce some shows to people. Welcome to Japan, Ms. Elf. This is pretty good. You got like isekai and then reverse isekai, like traveling back and forth between worlds. Psychic Wars wasn't on your radar, but it is now. Hey, all right, Fabric. Look at that, eh? Makes me feel good inside knowing that I've introduced someone to a different show to try out. But the Welcome to Japan itself is neat because the guy dreams he goes to a different world, meets the elf girl that he's known for a while. They go adventuring, and then when he wakes up, he's back in his world. But he was going to get killed the one time, and he grabbed onto her and grabbed her, and she arrived with him back in the real world. So it's neat. Now they can travel back and forth. And I think they're going to have some pretty good adventures, I think. She's learning Japanese because I don't think she didn't speak Japanese, but she's learning it now. So she can understand what he's talking about when they're in Japan. And I hope he shows her around to a few more landmarks in Japan. And that way us as the viewer can learn about Japan more as well. Every time you buy a new game, somehow finish it within 38 hours, and you gained all the achievements already from the game. Wow, Hero Brian. That's a lot of time, though. 38 hours to pump into a game. I'm still working on Dragon Quest 11. I stopped a bit. I stopped a bit on that because the holidays and such. But hopefully I can get back into it. I do want to finish that off. All those Dragon Quest games seem to take a lot of hours, like over 100, I think. Sounds like you need a challenge. Yeah, Fabric. There you go. Finally, Ubel Blatt. Funny name, but another fantasy one. And very dark. Very there is no hope. There is like no hope. Things are bad. The people that are fighting on the side of good are up against the terrible odds. Everybody that is evil is in power, and it's an uphill battle for our heroes. So it's I'm liking it. I want to see what happens next. I really do. I want to see if main character can finally defeat the supposed good guys, because they call themselves good guys, but they actually aren't. So I'm looking forward to that. That'll be a good one to catch up on. But yeah, this is what I'm watching this season. And yeah, I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 18. 18 shows to watch. takes up a lot of time. Fabric is recommending to Herobrine an old game called Legends of Valor. It is a first-person ROG with a brutal game mode. Oh, RPG. It's first-person RPG with a brutal game mode. Okay. That's what I like to see. Some recommendations. On my old PC, my old retro PC that I got, I've got a copy of the original Diablo, if you can believe it. And then on my Creative Sound Blaster Live CD, had a demo of Diablo 2, which I played. Not bad. It's pretty neat. I like building the old retro PCs because you can get stuff now that would cost hundreds of dollars. You can get for not so much now, like the RAM and the sound card. I paid like $40 for it. You can find the CDs for it, thanks to the Internet Archive. Yeah, I'm grateful to the Internet Archive. There's so much software there that you can get, and yeah, hard drives, all that stuff is a lot cheaper than it used to be. Even an upgrade for the processor. Find yourself a Pentium 2 or a Pentium 3 chip, and they're not as expensive as they were. So that's all right. That's why I like to tinker. Find a video card that works, and then play some of the old games, because these modern systems, I don't think you can play. And I'm not going to buy them again. I'm not buying the games I already have just to play them on Windows 10. That's an ambitious list there. Yeah, well, we'll see how many I drop there, Fabric. If I start losing interest in some of the shows, there's some that I really look forward to. I'm like, oh, I got to watch that. But then there's others like, okay, well, it's there. I'll watch it. But if there's some that are gonna get dropped. So Diablo 1's starting area becomes Northshire human starting area in WoW. I did not know that, but that's pretty neat. Pretty neat they'd throw that in there. Like Five Nights at Freddy's Into the Pit took you 17.2 hours to finish and gain 28 out of 38 achievements and gain all 3 stars in it. Woof. You gotta go. Okay, Aris, thanks for coming by. Appreciate you coming around. Hope to see you here the next time. Make sure you guys check out Aris too. He streams on YouTube. I've seen him. So if you ever have a chance when he's on, check him out, see what he's doing, see what games he's playing. Oh yeah. Yeah, I like to throw out the old shout out there. Yeah, throw it out for guys there. Well, all right, I should start wrapping things up here myself. I just want to thank everybody that came out today. You guys are great. People like David Glenn, Alex Moore, everyone's favorite Kaiju Godzillionaire. And we saw DJ Ronnie G in the chat. B17. Gooch stopped by. Good old Fabric Folds. And of course, Aris, who is on his way out. Nice to see you stop by. Herobrine. Make sure you guys check out Herobrine. And anybody else who is lurking and listening, I really appreciate you. I do this every weekend. Saturdays is for retro games and Sundays for anime chat. You can catch me here working the weekend morning shift. But please, before you go, hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, spread the word, let everybody know. Old Pop's here. I tune into a lot of channels, and I always like to give them a shout out, like Pacific 414, who should be having his Pop Talk starting in about a couple of minutes here. So you can check out Pacific 4 and 4. If you like turtles and tech and astronomy, you should tune into DJ Ronnie G. He was in the chat earlier. I believe he has the Monday show on Thursday. So that's where you can find him at. There's Brandon, the anime guy, who I watched finish Ni no Kuni this morning before my stream started. I was watching him, and it's always good to see Brandon beating some games, and he always has a great show featuring anime. Saturdays at 8 a.m. Mountain Time. There's Carl at the RNG Podcast. There's Tomby. He's the bloke from across the pond in Britain there. Tomby's got a good show. So does Carl. Carl has some great guests on there, and they talk a lot about video games. There's Angry Canadian, the Nerdpoil Lifeform. There's everyone's favorite penguin, Punkwaddle. Punkwaddle's got that penguin positivity, and that's a really great series he's got going on there. You know, I really appreciate with all the downers out there and all everybody like looking at the negative side of things. It's nice to see, you know, somebody that's got some positive vibes going out there. You know, because whether you know it or not, all the negative things that you intake, whether you hear it, watch it, whatever it is, those negative things, they have an effect on the conscious mind there. They really do, and the subconscious. So the more positive stuff you can look at and hope for and think about, it will help you out in life. You'll feel a lot better. That's why I'm always up for some good old penguin positivity. And finally, there's Infinite Metal. He is on Kick and Twitch. He plays retro games. He has his dragon buddy that hangs out with him, Skelly, who mocks him as he's playing, which is makes for a very fun time. I laughed so hard yesterday when I was helping to mock Skelly. Yeah, great time, lots of laughs. Coming up Tuesday, Trades Talk Tuesday. Make sure you guys tune in. If you like to learn about the skilled trades and you want to hear about some stories from an industrial point of view, come on by. It's at 7 p.m. Mountain Time, and we'll have a good old time. It's the most industrial stream on a Tuesday. After that, Saturday, retro game again. More Yu-Gi-Oh! More battling with cards. I have got to figure out who to beat next. Or no, I'm going into another tournament. That's it. So there's another tournament. Got to go to that. Got to beat some people and hopefully become the king of games. I can always hope anyway. Anyways, that's it for me. I had a fun today. I hope you did too. And I hope to see you guys the next time I'm streaming, which will be on Tuesday night, or just come and hang out on the weekends. We'll have some fun. So until then, everyone, I've been Pop, and I am signing off.